spoke about our cloud. I just want to take a little departure from there and then talk about solutions that are being built on top of the cloud, purely by keeping innovation at the heart of it. And to tell you more about how they are doing it, I'd like to invite on stage Anirudh Kala, co-founder of Celebel Technologies.
Thanks, man.
Anirudh, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thanks, Venkat.
You folks have been growing at an amazing pace over the last 2-3 years. So what's up?
Yeah, so me and my partner Anupam, we started this journey some 3.5 years back with a couple of convictions. One was, we started from our hometown Jaipur. In fact, we are running a campaign called Ghar Vapsi for all those who belong to Jaipur and would want to come back to their hometown for the business opportunities that we are creating. And second one was the fact that we would build it with a vision of building the intelligent enterprise. Because the customers who are leveraging the digital transformation journey would have to go for a vision of intelligent enterprise. So we started as a data and AI partner, and we started looking into working with some of the biggest in this country. Very soon we realized, once we started deploying our solutions, which were primarily in manufacturing, pharma, and our horizontal in HR, we understood that it's good to have an AI use case that delivers certain value, but how do you really democratize this entire thing within the organization? And that's when we thought apps and infra would become an equally valuable player in the market. And that's how we kind of started working on that particular front also. In the past couple of years, we've grown from 3 customers, that's when we started off, to around 50 plus, from 10 employees to 200 plus, 25 plus data scientists, 100 plus data engineers, Power BI developers, apps and infra specialists. And now that we see more and more value to it, we are building a super strong team on Microsoft Teams. And yes, so I would say the story has just started. We've been doubling our revenues for the past 12 quarters consistently, and we intend to beat that number in a positive way for the next 4.
Wonderful. All right. Moving on to innovations. Your company actually focuses on innovation as a key lever when it comes to selecting solutions and how those solutions really go and solve for a business problem and hence deliver value to the business. Could you just share with the larger audience on how you go about doing that?
So, of course, as I said, we started as a data and AI partner, and we started creating solutions on data and AI. One of the solution areas we thought was pulling in data from SAP, as that's where most enterprises and pharma and manufacturing are. So we built a solution called SAP Surround Analytics, and one of the flagship offering in that is supply chain. It spans from supply chain, that means the suppliers, to the inventory, to logistics, and finally to the customers. Mm-hmm. It looks at data from SAP, it pulls in data from SAP. We know, the solution knows what to pull in from where, looking at the intricate data model inside these ERPs, correlate that with the CRM, make some intelligent insights, come out with some intelligent insights out of it. The most important part is that once this was deployed, we had to, of course, use the Microsoft Apps and Infra platform for productionizing it for a sustainable use, right? The moment we started doing that, we wanted to increase the adoption. And that's where Microsoft Teams came in very handy. Mm-hmm. Because it was used through, across the organization. The moment we started looking at this adoption rate getting to a pace, we figured out that most of them also wanted to run certain transactions. So they would do that while they're on the move. So that means there is a mobile app that's needed. Yep. And that has to be then integrated back to the enterprise environment. So that's Power Apps. So that's when we started connecting the dots from SAP to Azure landscape, where we're doing the data warehouse, machine learning, and all that stuff that we were already doing. Then Apps and Infra, which is hosting all that in an app service, finally pushing into Teams so that they could query the live SAP or a CRM environment in the real time, run queries, and finally a Power App which will enable them with some of the standard transactions that would run directly in their platform and then run intelligent insights out of it.
Wonderful. That's a very, very inspiring story, cutting across different aspects of the customer journey, at the same time keeping in mind the modernization that is required and the agility that is required, but to present it in a very simple way, which are insight-driven. Wonderful. Thank you for sharing that with us. Now, changing gears, tell me, you had a choice when it came to selecting cloud platform. How did you go about doing it?
So you're right. So in fact, all of us were actually working in multiple other clouds before we started with Azure. And we took that decision very strategically and consciously. One very important aspect was the Enterprise Connect. Now, the ability to actually meet end-to-end needs of an enterprise would span across, let's say, your data lakes, data warehouses, BI. So organizations are going to have a single cloud strategy, for at least for these workloads. And that's where we thought that Azure is the only landscape which gives you all of this connected to each other in one single package. And that's how our journey and our product development in Azure started. Once we started leveraging those gears, right, specifically the apps and the infra and the data AI workloads, we started seeing that the organizations are quickly adopting it and they're actually putting it to use. For example, we are using it with one of the biggest mining companies in the country, and they're already seeing the benefits, they are reducing the damages. So it's not just a thing about talking about a certain technology because it's hot, it's actually putting it to use, and that's where Azure became very important. Another such aspect was the conversion from IaaS to PaaS. So we strongly believe that IaaS, of course, has a role to play. I'm not demeaning it, but PaaS is something that will really ensure that your sustainability is achieved. Because sustainability of these ML applications has been a challenge that I've seen in my career for the last 10 years. People have not been able to scale it and productionize it. Third was, of course, the partner-driven ecosystem. So we've really enjoyed and leveraged the entire partner programs like the Build With, the GTM, and the Sell With. And of course, the partner ecosystem, we of course have a very strong partner-to-partner connect here.
Wonderful. So if there is one last line that you would want to share with the audience about building and scaling business in partnership, what would that be?
So in Azure, I would say one is to leverage the GTM. We've been leveraging it for a good 1 to 2 years now, I would say. We've connected with more than 30 customers in the last 6 months. We intend to connect with 50 plus in the coming 6 months. We've converted a lot of those. The good thing is that because of these GTM programs like envisioning workshops, C3 workshops, DBM 360, and so on, roundtables, right? So we've been able to connect the customer in a much more deeper and engaging way. So I think that has really helped us. Second, I would really want to point out is the partner-to-partner connect. So we connected with a partner of Azure, Adrenaline. They are a HRMS company, and they've been selling HR for quite a while now. So our solution, which is HR Analytics, which sits on top of their HR solution, or any HR solution for the matter, excited them. So we actually decided that we go ahead and integrate our solution on top of their products.
Wow.
And now we've already signed an MOU that they'll take us to all their 200 plus customers in the next 1 year. So I think I am getting access to 200 customers without putting in my effort. So I think my partner-to-partner connect journey is something that's my biggest bet for this year.
Wonderful. That's a big leverage of partner-to-partner connect. Thank you. Anirudh, thank you so much. It's been such a pleasure. Really appreciate it. Thank you.